Hey everyone, it's Blake with FicheBait. In today's video, we're going to walk through the new Laserfiche installer. This installer has been built from the ground up to make it easier to install and upgrade your Laserfiche applications. Let's take a look. So the first thing that we need to do is go to the Laserfiche support site and log in. You can see that I'm logged in already. My name's up here in the top right corner. If you aren't logged in, you won't be able to get to the download page. The easiest way that I found to get to the download page is by going to Laserfiche Product Help, and then underneath Laserfiche 12, go to Release Notes. And here you'll find a Download Laserfiche 12 button that you can select. That will take you to the download page, and in the top right, you can just click Download. And you can see that the exe file downloads pretty fast. It doesn't take long. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And it's going to open up an extractor. I'm going to extract this to my downloads folder. And then we'll just go to the downloads folder. Here's the exe file that we downloaded from the support site. And here's the Laserfiche 12 folder that was created when we extracted it. So inside of the Laserfiche 12 folder, you'll find an autorun.exe file. I'm going to run that as an administrator. And then we get our normal Laserfiche installer menu that we're all used to seeing. And we're going to click on Install Laserfiche 12. In the background, you'll notice that the Laserfiche installer popped up. It's actually already installed the installer. If we go to our Programs and Features, and I refresh this, you can see that we have Laserfiche installer right here. So it does that pretty quick. And then the first thing that you'll be prompted for is what's called an installation code. This is something that's brand new. We didn't use it before, and we actually grabbed that from the support site. So if we go to the support site, I'm going to select my name. And if you go to activation keys, you will see this new section called Laserfiche installation codes. I've already generated my code. If you're doing this for the first time, you will actually see a generate button instead. And once you click that, a modal pop-up window will appear. And from there, you can copy the code. If you've already created it like I have, you can just click on copy code. It will copy it to your clipboard. We can go back to the installer and we can paste that in. Once you paste it in, just click Save, and it will load all the applications that you're licensed for. Now, just so you can see what it does if you don't do that, I'm going to take that out and I'm going to hit Cancel. You'll see that it comes up and it wants you to select how you can activate your Laserfiche products. Again, for now, I'm just going to click Cancel. And you'll get this message saying that the installer is running in offline mode and only allows uninstalling and repairing applications. So you'll be unable to actually perform an install unless it's for a current version. You'll notice that in my list here, if I close that, I have my installed version and the available version of each one of these. What I have installed is not the latest version as of today. So because I haven't licensed it, put in my installation code, I'm not seeing that there's an update available to me. So let's go ahead and go back. If we click our little gear icon here, we can click Manage Installation Code, and it allows us to go ahead and enter that information. So I'll go ahead and paste my code again and click Save. And you'll notice that we will get prompted again for the Laserfiche activation method that we want to use. I'm going to use Laserfiche Directory Server. Here it will ask me for my server name. So I'll go ahead and put that in, and then it will also ask me for my licensing site. My licensing site is just LFDS, and we'll click OK. So now that I've entered my installation code, you can see for my installed version, it says that there's an update available. So this is one of the cool things about this new installer, is it checks to see what you already have installed and if there's updates available for it, and it gives you this little message. You can see the version that is installed as well as what available versions there are. You can get to the release notes really quickly too. There's a link here for the release notes of the different versions. And it will also only show you what you're licensed for. So if I wasn't licensed, for example, for Laserfiche Forms wouldn't show up here for me. So that's another really cool feature. You'll also notice that down here at the bottom, there's a link to the Laserfiche installation guide if you need it. You can refresh this. Each time you open the installer, it does try to go out and see if there's an update for itself. So as Laserfiche comes out with fixes or other features that they want to include, it will automatically go out and grab that update and install it. So self-updating, same type of thing that it does for the Laserfiche Cloud Migration utility. So it's a pretty nice feature. We'll come back up here to the cogwheel. We'll just go through these really fast. We already talked about the installation code, and we show the product activation method. So if you need to change either one of those for some reason, this is where you would do that. As you perform these installs, there are logs that get created, and this provides you an easy way to get to those logs by just clicking on here. It will open a folder and it will take you to those immediately. So really easy to go find those logs now. And then there's also firewall proxy information. So because this is being done on the Laserfiche side, where this utility is going out and it's grabbing the installation files to bring down, it does have to be able to communicate with different services. So as part of that, you can see these 3 bullet points here. These are the things that your server or your machine will need to be able to contact. So if it's not able to contact these, you will probably have issues using the installer. All right, so one of the other really cool things is, if you remember in previous installations, you would have to download about a 4 to 5 gig installation ISO file. That's no longer the case. You download the installer file, you run it, and depending on which applications you choose to install or upgrade, it will only download the files it needs for those applications. So the days of downloading this huge ISO file are gone with Laserfiche 12. So in order to install or to perform an upgrade, it's pretty simple. Over on the right-hand side, we can select the checkboxes that we want for the applications that we want to install. So maybe right now I just want to upgrade my Laserfiche Administration Hub and my Hub Agent. So if I check those, you can see down here in the bottom right, it's letting me know that I have 2 applications selected to install. If I click the drop down, I have a couple different options. I can install, I can repair. If you need to be able to get these files and put them on a server that doesn't have internet access, so it wouldn't be able to use this new Laserfiche installer, you can download them from a computer that does have access, use the download only, and then move them to that server or give that server access to those files and perform the install that way. And then last, we also have uninstall. So with these 2 selected, I'm going to go ahead and click on install so you can see what that looks like. We get our license agreement, go ahead and accept, and it automatically just starts. So it downloaded those packages already. You can see that it's trying to install. So it started the Administration Hub Agent 12 setup, and this is the installer for that. So I can click next. I can see the version that I was on before, accept the terms and conditions, install. I got my prerequisites, and now we'll install the hub. So on some of these, it will launch an installer like this. On other applications, it does not. They've actually tried to streamline how some of these installers work. So depending on, again, which application you use, you may not see this menu come up. you may just see this in the background running and giving you a layout of what's going on. So here's the one for the administration hub. We'll go ahead and click through this. Okay, and we'll click finish. So right here, we can see basically the log, right? So this is what happened. The download started for the administration hub. It started for the administration hub agent. It succeeded. It extracted it. It succeeded on the hub agent. It extracted that. And then it started the installations. It tells you whether it was successful or not. If we wanted to go see the log files, we can go look at the folder as a whole, or we can look at each individual log file by clicking on that link. So again, really helpful. You can select as many applications as you want. So it doesn't just have to be 2 like what I did. It will actually allow you to run multiple installs at the same time. The downloading of the files and the extracting of the files can happen in tandem, so it doesn't have to do it one at a time. The installations will wait for each other. So as it goes through, those installations will go one by one. And then once again, you may see an installation window like what you're used to, or you may not if it's one of the streamlined applications that they've done for the installer. So along with those applications that use the streamlined installer, be aware that you are unable with those applications to select which account runs the Windows services. So you do need to remember to go back into Windows services and change that user account that's being used if you need that for your environment. Not every environment does that. A lot of the environments that I do, we change that user account to run as a specific AD account. So it just depends. But just realize for any of those where you used to go in and kind of customize some of that stuff and you don't get prompted with that installer, remember to go back in and make those changes as you need to. So from here, I can just click close. It will take me back. It looks like I have an issue with being able to write to a directory, so it does give you a warning for that. And now you can see that it's automatically refreshed. And I no longer have an update available for those 2 applications. So overall, really cool experience. I love the idea. They'll keep updating this with fixes and different things like that. Hopefully additional features that will come along with it as I get feedback from all of us. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment and ask questions. Let me know what else you'd like to see videos on. Subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when new videos post. And as always, keep phishing.